what just happened out there. Another curveball, another obstacle thrown in my way. I did everything in my power tonight to make sure that I proved the point.
The buckle of the belt exposed.
Oh, this is hard to watch. A match like this changes you forever.
Danielson punishing Starks.
He's choking him out. His face is turning beet red. He's saying no, no, he will not tap out.
Ricky Starks going out on his own shield.
Blood on my face, welts on my back, my chest, and my neck.
He refused to quit, no matter what Bryan Danielson did to him. He made a statement in defeat.
Tonight I proved a point. I proved a point to you, Bryan Danielson. I proved a point to you, AEW. Tonight, Bryan Danielson did not tap me out. There's not no man in this business that can tap me out. There is not nobody that can match me. And I hope this is a wake-up call for somebody that's watching this. I'm pissed off. I'm angry. When in the hell is it gonna be time for somebody like me who does what they say? Because all I want is a chance. Don't give me a piece of bread and say that I've been fed. I want a full course meal. I don't want to have to keep pouring my heart out because eventually I will be empty. And when I leave, that's it. I don't want to hear anybody knock on my door and ask me to come back. I believe in it. I mean it. I am everything I say I am. I'm absolute Ricky Starks, and I'm going to say that till I die.
Yo, party people, what is up? It's your boy, the best Gabe in the biz. Solid episode of Dynamite tonight as the road to Grand Slam gets ever smaller. It is literally now less than 2 weeks away. So much cool stuff happening here on the show tonight, like Moxley's international title run kicking off with a great start. MJF Samoa Joe is pretty much the route that we're going to get for Grand Slam in 2 weeks. Ricky Starks is so absolute that I literally want him to fight Danielson again, and this time win. And Swerve and Hangman are cooking up a nice little feud to benefit both in the future. Guys, don't worry. Everything that happened here on the show tonight, you're going to hear right here, right now, because the newest episode of The Gift of Gabe, covering everything that happened on Dynamite tonight. Make sure to like and subscribe. Starts right about, now. Okay, guys, so we got things kicked off with Jon Moxley defending the International Championship, newly won against AR Fox. First off, the match was pretty dope, and I said it before, after All Out, Jon Moxley is going to be pretty much the same as Orange Cassidy was in terms of a top workhorse champion. He'll literally show up every week, anytime, be like, you want this title, dude? Come get it. I'm going to F you up. Death Rider you. 1, 2, 3. See ya. Bye. So, honestly, mad props to Moxley. I feel like we just witnessed the beginning of a spectacular title run for him. I could see him going into 2024 with the thing. And it got kicked off in a great way, like I said, with a super solid match with AR Fox. Well, they could potentially be teasing maybe Orange Cassidy and Moxley just having a rematch, because Orange Cassidy surprisingly kicked off the show. I thought he was going to maybe get like a vacation or like just even for just a month, just be like, relax, chill. But he said, yo, I'm going to chill here. Even though I'm not the champion, I'm going to still be here every week. And they said thank you. And then as he was going off the ramp, Moxley shows up right out. And they kind of had a stare down, when Orange Cassidy was going up the ramp. So maybe they could be teasing a little bit of a rematch there. Or, I don't know. Either way, Moxley is not losing the championship anytime soon. They're going to, while he's on the championship, they're going to build up whoever the next big workhorse is so that they can dethrone him later on. Kind of like they did with Moxley versus Cassidy, even though Moxley was already an established workhorse anyway. So, Mox, keep kicking ass, and let's just keep enjoying this awesome, soon-to-be awesome International Championship run. Hopefully I can come up with a name as cool as International Rule of the World that I did for Orange Cassidy for Jon Moxley. I'll figure it out. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the next chapter in the Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho eventual feud when they teamed up tonight as Les Ex-Gods, once again, to take on Aussie Open. First off, this match was great. And hearing the huge Sammy chants, like, Sammy, like, it was really refreshing to hear. Sammy getting back to being a top babyface is literally what this feud is all about. Though, I will admit, at certain times, they have me feeling a little bit weird because, Jericho accidentally blindsided Sammy twice prior to getting the win, and that caused Sammy to push Jericho to the side, and, they had to be separated by security before, fully laying blows into each other before he dipped straight through the entranceway. At times, they make it feel like Jericho's going to be the one to turn, but then due to the Sammy Guevara-Don Callis segment last week, it makes you feel like, wait, what if they're going to turn Sammy heel? Which I feel like that is the wrong way to go. Sammy's the one that should be the face in this feud. And honestly, before the match happened, I was like, are they going to try to build him up to go for the tag titles, either a Grand Slam or Wrestle Dream against FTR, and then they lose, and then that's where the turn happens? That could potentially be the way that we're going. Like I said, Jericho being the heel definitely is how this should be, to launch Sammy back into the babyface superstardom that he had before. Like I said before, all that kind of crazy stuff happened that made fans turn on him or whatever. So Sammy needs to be the face. Jericho needs to be the heel. I'm thinking that's the way it's going to go. It's just sometimes, it's like last week and this week, it felt like a little bit weird sometimes. But I guess that's the intriguing part. Point is, I'm excited for the eventual payoff. Sammy Guevara versus Chris Jericho. Maybe Full Gear. Maybe if that could be how long they're trying to push this out. Or I could be wrong. Point is, Guevara Jericho is something I'm still very looking forward to. Guys, didn't even appear live on the show, but he had one of the best moments. Absolute! Ricky Starks cut another phenomenal promo. I mean, we're not even surprised by Ricky Starks cutting an amazing promo anymore. Like, he's just that good. He's just too good. The fact that they didn't even turn him heel, like, they did it doing the fact that, like, he's not 100% a heel because we all love him so much, and he always cuts great promos, and always puts on great matches, like he did against Bryan Danielson last Sunday in that strap match. My God, and you could see it in the post-match footage, and on the picture he posted on Twitter, his back and freaking chest and shoulders and neck all were jacked. But man, was it worth it for that amazing freaking match that he had with Danielson. Which, honestly, that promo was so great, and that one line was fantastic. It's like, don't expect to feed me a slice of bread and expect for me to be fed. He's like, I want a full course meal. And that, sent shivers down my spine. Because, oh man, we know Ricky one day is going to be the top man world champion in this freaking company and do it like only absolute Ricky Starks can. And they announced Bryan Danielson will actually be showing up on Collision this Saturday night, maybe to address said promo from absolute Ricky Starks. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers that this match at All Out wasn't a one-off. They maybe get to fight again at like Wrestle Dream or something, and Starks will actually be able to get the win. So crossing my fingers that Starks Danielson 2 gets to happen. One, because we want to see this freaking thing run back because it was so fantastic the first time. And two, so that this time absolute Ricky Starks can actually get the win. Bam! Guys, Hangman Adam Page came out for a promo, and we were expecting like at least to be made clear of what's going to be next for Adam Page. It's a rivalry or with Swerve freaking Strickland. Let's freaking go. And it's even the continuation of the amazing Brian Cage, Adam Page rivalry that's going to be going down next week when they clash for the third time ever in their careers. The prior two matches were great. I'm ready for them to run it back, but the real story here is Swerve and Hangman. I'll be honest, I love both guys, especially Hangman, but Swerve kind of ripped my man up. He ripped him up good, making it seem like how the past year Hangman's kind of like lost a step. He maybe doesn't care about being in the position that he is. Maybe he's wasting it, and that Swerve should be there. And hearing Swerve talk about how he should be the first Black World Champion by now if he was in Hangman's shoes, sounded pretty good. I mean, him, Keith Lee, freaking Ricky Starks, all great options for someday being Black AEW World Champions. They're three of the best in the business. Whichever one gets there first, maybe Ricky has an edge, but we shall see. Point is, I really love this. And yeah, it has felt like Hangman maybe has lost a little bit of a step, like outside but he did have the amazing rivalry with Jon Moxley, which segued into the rivalry with the Elite versus BCC. But I do get it that maybe Swerve and maybe some critics feel like Hangman's lost a step. We know cowboy shit is still deep down in there, and I think this is going to be something that, one, catapults Swerve into, another echelon of greatness because, he swerves when he drives, and, when he drives, he freaking gives us bangers, and, pick up the phone, brutal freaking house calls. But I also think they're going to use this to potentially get Hangman back into, the main event scene, like that fire in him again that he had when he was chasing the world title and when he was defending a freaking putting on bangers all the time against guys like Lance Archer, Adam Cole, and Bryan freaking Danielson. So I don't think this will be a one-off match. It could be a Grand Slam, potentially, but I don't think it's going to be a one-off. I think Swerve might win the first one to show I belong in this spot. Hangman, you've lost a step, and then it's going to light a fire on Hangman. That's going to have these two beating the shit out of each other, and bam, Hangman gets the win. We could be witnessing a nice fall trilogy between Hangman and Swerve right here. And oh boy, am I loving it. Because honestly, right here, right now, I am loving the fact that we are about to say that we're about to get some cowboy shit in Swerve's house. You guys, tonight began the blind eliminator tournament for Grand Slams of who would face MJF for the AEW World Championship. Roderick Strong advanced over Trent Beretta, and Darby Allin advanced over Nick Wayne. All great stuff, all this and that, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore for the simple reason that Samoa Joe, freaking yes, he is in the tournament. He is automatically winning. We are going to get to feast on Samoa Joe versus MJF at Grand Slam. I saw one person be like, they should do Roddy versus MJF at Grand Slam, and then Joe versus MJF at, Wrestle Tree, because deserves a pay-per-view level bill. To that person, I say, I get what you're saying, but Grand Slam is literally like a pay-per-view. Look back on the two prior. They've basically been like pay-per-views, becoming better each and every time. I should know. I was at last year. I'm about to be at this one. I'm feasting again, and this time it's going to be on Joe MJF. Thank you so freaking much. So unless some kind of swerve happens, no pun intended, where Joe and Roddy meet in the finals and somehow Roddy ends up winning, it's looking like we're going to get god dang it, Joe versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. The promo battle was fantastic, as we expected. MJF promo battles never, ever miss. And he's doing a great job, selling the neck. And my God, I just cannot wait for this match. And I thought it was hilarious how he literally buried Joe, NXT, and William Regal all in the same freaking sentence. It was freaking wild. First time NXT was actually fully referenced, on AEW before. They've indirectly done it, but this was kind of the first time they flat out said NXT. So, MJF, Joe, I cannot wait. Joe, I know you're going to find your way to the finals of this tournament. I know you're going to get your way to MJF. So, please, oh please, and thank you, Tony Khan, for giving me this honor of being there live once again for another awesome Grand Slam moment when MJF and Samoa Joe collide for the first time ever. Though Samoa Joe is going to end up realizing no matter how dominant he is, no matter how many death counts he has on his killer list of his career, nobody is on the level of the Devil because he's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and he's better than you, and you know it. Alright guys, that is Dynamite. We are done, skis. Put it in the rearview mirror. We are done. This upcoming Friday's episode of SmackDown should be pretty good. Jimmy Uso, new heel theme and all, trying to maybe get back in the good graces of the bloodline now with his brother Jay officially out of his life, so to speak, on Monday Night Raw, is going to go head-to-head with AJ Styles, which, again, crossing my fingers, this is the beginning of a brewing AJ Styles Roman Reigns feud for when Styles gets back. LA Knight, yeah, will probably definitely be on the show, yeah, to respond to The Miz's challenge for a rematch. John Cena won't be on this card, but trust me, we still got 6 more episodes of SmackDown where we're going to be able to see plenty of John Cena. Grand Slam is just a little bit away, and the road to Fastlane continues as well as the road to Wrestle Dream. Guys, you're seriously not going to want to miss any of these shows, and you're most certainly not going to want to miss what your boy, the best guy ever in the biz, has to say afterwards. So, please keep doing what you're doing. I love it, and you'll love it too. Like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. And most importantly, remember, when it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe right here. Okay, you guys, I will see you after Friday Night SmackDown this Friday night to see how Jimmy Uso tries to get in the good graces of the Bloodline this week. Deuces, party peoples. I'm out of here.